Wildlife. India has a great diversity in its geoclimatic environment. This diversity of environment provides natural habitats for wild animals, birds, and insects. Out of world's total of about 15 lakh species of animals, India has 81,251 or 6.7% species. According to S.H. Prater in 1934, India can be divided into 6 geographic regions. India has 350 different mammals, 1200 species of birds, 453 species of reptiles, and 45,000 plant species. Moreover, India has 50,000 known species of insects, including 13,000 butterflies and moths. They are 1. The Himalayan region, 2. The northern plains, 3. The Thar desert, 4. The peninsular plateau, 5. The Malabar coast, and 6. The Nilgiri. Under the pressure of fast increasing population and heavy demand of food and industrial raw material, the forest cover of India has shrunk substantially. Moreover, the density of trees in the forests is very low as compared to the forests of other countries. Consequently, the natural habitat of wild animals are disappearing. The growing trade of furs of big cats and tiger bones has diminished their number. There is increasing demand of rhino horns and deer musk, which are used in medicines and aromatic substances. Moreover, due to the continuous hunting of wild animals and illegal poaching, the number of wild animals is decreasing day by day. Some of the species are on the verge of extinction. Asiatic lion, clouded leopard, tiger, musk deer, rhinoceros, great Indian bustard, Nilgiri langur, python, and vultures are the species in danger. In order to conserve wildlife, the Government of India passed the Wildlife Protection Act in 1972. Large tracts in various parts of the country covering 1.56 lakh square kilometers, that is 4.75% of the total area of the country, were declared as national parks, sanctuaries, and biosphere reserves. At present, the number of national parks and sanctuaries has gone up to 104 and 551 respectively. To increase the number of animals classified under endangered species, Project Tiger, that is in 1973, Crocodile Breeding Project in 1975, Rhinoceros Project in 1987, Snow Leopard Project and Project Elephant in 1988 have been launched. National Park. The National Park is a relatively large area of one or several ecosystems that are not being materially altered by human exploitation and occupation. Here, plant and animal species, geomorphological sites, and habitats for special scientific education and recreation are preserved. Wildlife Sanctuary. Similar to a national park, a wildlife sanctuary is dedicated to protect wildlife and particular species. In a sanctuary, human activities are allowed, but in a national park, human interference is totally prohibited. Tiger reserves. The total number of tiger reserves in India is 50. The tigers are maintained for their scientific, economic, cultural, aesthetic, and ecological values, and to preserve for all time areas of biological importance as a national heritage for the benefit, education, training, and enjoyment of the people. Biosphere reserves. Biosphere reserves are areas of terrestrial and coastal ecosystems which are internationally recognized within the framework of UNESCO's Man and Biosphere Program, that is MAB. These reserves are required to meet a minimal set of criteria and adhere to a minimal set of conditions before being admitted to the World Network of Biosphere Reserves designated by the UNESCO. These reserves are rich in biological and cultural diversity and encompass unique features of exceptionally pristine nature. The scheme is a pioneering effort at pursuing the increasing difficult yet urgent task of conserving ecological diversity under mounting pressures. The main objectives for the delineation of biosphere reserves are: 1. To conserve biological and cultural diversity and integrity of plants, animals, birds, reptiles, microorganisms, and unique features of pristine nature. 2. To promote research on ecological conservation and other environmental aspects. And 3. to provide facilities for education, research, awareness, and training. The Biosphere Reserve Program was initiated in India in 1986, and till date, 18 sites have been designated as Biosphere Reserves in different parts of the country. Out of 18 Biosphere Reserves, 7 Biosphere Reserves have been included in the World Network of Biosphere Reserves so far. These 7 include Sundarban, Gulf of Mannar, Nilgiri, Nanda Devi, Panchmadi, Simplipal, and Nokrek. These Biosphere Reserves include 1. Nilgiri, 2. Nokrek, 3. Nanda Devi, 4. Sundarban, 5. Gulf of Mannar, 6. Manas, 7. Great Nicobar, 8. Simplipal, 9. Dibru Sekhoba, 10. Dehang Dibang, 11. Panchmadi, 12. Kanchenjunga, 13. Agasthamlai, 14. Achnakamar, 15. Great Run of Kutch, 16. Cold Desert, that is Pin Valley in Himachal Pradesh, 17. Sasachalam, that is in Andhra Pradesh, 18. Panna, Madhya Pradesh. Mangroves. Mangroves are large flowering shrubs or trees that grow in dense thick forests along muddy or silty tropical coasts. They act as green shields, buffering the coastline against sea erosion, sea surge, cyclones, and tsunami. They are highly productive ecosystems which are capable of exporting energy and material to adjacent communities. They support a diverse heterotrophic food chain and act as nurseries in the life cycle of some organism. The dominant trees are Sundari, also known as Kandala. These Sundari flowers are used for dyeing of clothes. According to the latest assessment, mangrove cover 4,921 square kilometer or 0.15% of the geographical area of the country. The government of India has identified 28 mangrove areas. Coral reefs. The 4 major coral reef areas identified for intensive conservation and management are 1. Gulf of Mannar, 2. Gulf of Kutch, 3. Lakshadweep, and 4. Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Wetlands or Ramsar Convention. The Convention on Wetlands, that is Ramsar, which is in Iran in 1971, called the Ramsar Convention, is an intergovernmental treaty that embodies the commitment of its member countries to maintain the ecological character of their wetlands of international importance and to plan for the wise use or sustainable use. Any wetland to be declared a wetland of international importance should support vulnerable and endangered or threatened species and attract more than 20,000 water birds. In India, the scheme on conservation and management of wetlands was initiated in 1987. Over the years, based on the recommendations of National Wetland Committee, 115 wetlands, that is 115 wetlands, have been identified for conservation under the program. India is presently having 37 Ramsar Convention